Evening everybody, revoltech here, back from the Transformers review. Going to be doing something slightly different this time. I had these guys come through to me in the post the other day, and they're so funky, I thought I thought I'd do a review of them. So we're going to be doing the revoltechs, mostly focusing on Hot Rodimus. Okay, now the revoltechs came out in 2006, I believe, in boxes like this, made by a company called Kyoto. And their selling point is, of course, the revoltech joint, which I'll get to in due course. Now, the revoltech has about, I think it's 50, roughly 50. Well, Starscream and Hot Rodimus, I think, are 47 and 48. And they're the newest ones, to my knowledge, at least to the time I'm posting this anyway. And they cover various TV series, like, there's one of Dante, for instance, which I really must buy at some point, because it is quite cool. Macross, Evangelion, Patlabor, stuff like that. You know, Japanese animes. And they are non-transformable, posable models. Would you call them models? Figurines? Figures? Funky toys! There we go! Funky toys! Okay, and what makes the revoltech so cool is they're so posable. And this is down to Kyoto's revoltech process! No offence to any Japanese people watching this, by the way. But yes, down to revoltech's, down to Kyoto's revoltech process. And I haven't pulled this out of one of the figures, but this is it. This is a revoltech joint. Okay? Quite a simply weird little thing, isn't it? Okay, now what this does is, as this fits into, say, a shoulder, or, well, point out where the revoltech points are in this, from what I can ascertain. Neck, two shoulders, both elbows, underneath here, both hips, both knees, and both feet. So quite a good bit of articulation that can go into the figure. And they have these things in them. And what these do, well, as well as... I won't be able to do it now, find the line, there we go. As well as turning like that, to allow you to move elbows and move arms and stuff, they also, which most toy joints don't do, they turn in their socket. Admittedly, a lot of Hasbro stuff, because they've got the ball joints now in there, and a lot of Hasbro stuff are doing that now, but revoltech, being Japanese, do it far much better. Okay, that's a revoltech joint. Now, as I said, there's about 50 in the range, 2 being released in either month. I've got my eyes on a couple of others. The Macross Valkyrie I've got my eye on. Some of the Patlabor stuff I've got my eye on. And as I said, I want a Dante. Okay, now the first 2 Transformers to be released, as you can imagine, or if you don't know already, was Megatron and Prime. Okay, of the 2, Prime is definitely better, I think. Mainly because he's got a, well, yeah, Prime is definitely the better of the 2, I believe. Megatron, his articulation is ruined slightly in the fact that he's so blocky. Because he is very, very blocky, and I don't know whether it's just me, but I seem to have done something slightly buggering to the head joint. It's rather loose in there. Never mind him doing these star jumps. But I do quite like both Megatron and Prime. Megatron's arm kind of gets me. Never mind. The second 2 that came out, which have only just recently come out, which I ordered beginning of March, from a rather annoying eBayer who is very bad at communication. Oh, there it is. So I thought I'd lost the spare joint then. The next one, this one, is easily my favourite so far, is Rodimus Prime. Well, Hot Rodimus, as he's called in Japan. And that ever-lovable villain, Starscream. Okay, now all the revoltechs come with things like this. I'll just empty this bag out. This is the additions from Starscream and Hot Rodimus, and there you go. You can just see, if you can tell there. But that's actually spare hands, and there's a spare head for Rodimus. There you go. You can't really tell, but he's actually got the movie visor down. Quite a lot of Japanese Hot Rodimuses actually have that. Things like spare fists and other funky hand gesturing movementy things. Starscream also comes with a pistol Megatron, which fits into his gun hand, which I've actually got on him at the moment. So I'll just put that in there. So you just squeeze it in. Put the little hand thing on. And there you've got Starscream with Megatron. Okay. A word of warning, firstly about them, is the hands, which are interchangeable, are really stiff. I would suggest, if you're going to try fiddling with the hands, don't try pulling them, and don't try using your teeth. Get something like a pair of pliers, a soft needle-nose pair of pliers, and wrap a thick sock around it, and then pull it off. It'll help protect it. But again, don't use too much force, because you will chip the paint off. Rodimus, as I said, is easily my favourite, mainly because twin guns. The twin guns are just so awesome, I think, and because, of course, he's so poseable, you can put him in virtually any pose you like. Rodimus and Starscream come with something else as well that Prime and Megatron don't. It's where I pulled the revoltech joint from that I just showed you earlier on in the video. And it allows you to make... Well, it usually allows you to. For some reason, mine's not going to at this moment in time. Ah, that's why. Helps if I actually have the thing turnable the right way. And he's got a... Starscream and Rodimus have holes right at the back. You can just see there. In very unfortunate place, I might add. That you can just push him in. And because then you're not constrained to trying to keep his balance, which is a nightmare to do with both Prime and Megatron, especially Megatron. Megatron's an absolute nightmare to keep his balance on. It allows you to create much more dynamic poses. Coming at you. So, and I do, as I said, I do like Rodimus, mainly because he's got the twin guns, which are quite funky. You can, of course, recreate classic moments with the Transformers, Megatron and Starscream beating the crap out of each other. And for those of you who want to do it, Optimus Prime beating the crap out of Rodimus with the catchphrase, "You got me killed!" But there we go. Severely awesome toys. Have a good check on eBay, because some good sellers, actually have them quite cheap. I've seen some of the Macross stuff for only like £3 a go, translated into UK pounds, of course. Translating to £3 a go. Sorry, my MSN's bleeping. And they do offer combines on postage and stuff like that, so have a ship round for them. Prime and Megatron in the UK will set you back a fair bit. I think I paid £25 for both Prime and Megatron from a UK seller, so a bit cheeky there. Whereas Starscream and Rodimus, fresh from Japan, cost me... No, sorry, Prime and Megatron cost me 25 each. Yeah, I got taken with them. Rodimus and Starscream cost me about £25 combined. But very nice toys. Very, very nice toys. Really funky display pieces as well, especially with the bases. But yes, that is the revoltech done. Again, there's a quick show at Starscream. Again, nice and movable. Though you can't twist the his null rays up onto his forearms, but shit happens, huh? Okay, but for now, this is Silvolt with revoltech Hot Rodimus, revoltech Starscream, revoltech Prime, and last but not least, revoltech Megzy. Signing off saying au revoir, adios, auf Wiedersehen.